Hey guys, it's Oberstadt. So I'm doing something a little bit different today. I am actually sitting outside under one of the trees, but the sun is actually peeking overhead at me, literally right in front of me. And I'm going to be using my brand new Morphe 39S Life is a Gem palette, or Such a Gem. Yeah, Such a Gem. I just got this in yesterday, and I have seen a couple of people do this with other Morphe palettes, but what they were talking about was using either the 4 or using 6 or 8. So what I was thinking was I would try and stick to one area. And looking at this palette and swatching it yesterday, I tell you that it is absolutely beautiful. I was very surprised at how the color payoff was in a lot of these. Yes, the mattes are a little bit crumbly, so you have to be careful with those. But this would have been like a perfect Valentine's Day palette. So I have some brushes out here with me. I have my Wet n Wild spray. I have my J-Cat Beauty brush cleaner. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I don't know. I'm thinking I'm going to use the bottom down here, these 6 here. And I do have the names taped on the actual lid. So I'm going to be trying to tell you what colors that I'm using when I'm using them. I'm testing out the new Wet n Wild 16-hour camo concealer again today. I did apply it a little bit differently, so if my under eye area is super light, then that's most likely what that is. And of course you can see my microphone on me. Well, at least the sun's gone away from me a little bit, so I'm not completely blind. I have very, very sensitive eyes. I'll zoom you in a little bit. I'm going to start off with the Purple Majesty shade first in my crease, and I will be putting the pictures up on the screen of the shades. It is the 5th row, 2nd shade in, and it's a matte, but it's also a pressed pigment. And one good thing about this palette that I noticed, and I don't have my eye primer set, is that none of the matte shades stained my arm. So I was very glad to see that. And for those that don't know, I have hooded eyes. I have hooded and partially deep set downturned eyes. So the corner of my eye actually goes down versus straight across or kind of slanted up. And when I open my eye, the majority of my lid on one side is completely covered, and the other eye is completely covered when I open my eye. So you don't see any of my actual mobile lid when my eyes are open. So I always carry color. Instead of carrying it in my actual crease, I carry it up onto my brow bone. That way you can see the color that I'm applying. It's about 100 degrees here in Florida today. Must be nuts doing makeup outside. And I'm dipping into the pan very lightly. Alright, so now that I have the Purple Majesty down, I'm going to be taking Grape Mines and putting that in my crease. They're kind of competing colors because one is more of a cool tone base, whereas the other one's more of a warm tone base. And I'm going to stamp it. Whoop, got a little too far out. I'll make it work. I'm going to stamp that on the outer edge before I blend. And this is actually a little small Vasanti eye blending brush. I got it from an Ipsy. It's a nice little brush. I've already washed it a couple times since I got it, and it washes up really well. And I'm only taking that in about a quarter of the way in on my eyelid because I really just want the darker purple on the outside of my eye. This is also a matte shade. This is also a pressed pigment. It is the same formula as the first shade that I used. This palette has several different formulas in it, which I found unique. And so, just so I knew, I marked little symbols on the actual eyeshadows so I knew what was what. just because I went a little too far out, because my eye does go down, it always ends up with shadow over here. I'm going to go ahead and take that very first shade, the Purple Majesty, and go ahead and drag that around that edge and then under my eye. I already have blush, bronzer, highlight on. It's the Physicians Formula Light Medium Kit. And everything that's on my face will be linked down below. I am testing out a new sunscreen. Well, it's not new. It's one I've had for a while. It's just I haven't used it a whole lot, so I am testing out a new sunscreen. And I'm going in about halfway in on my under eye as well with this, the very first shade. And I'm dragging it down quite a bit. I didn't keep it really close to my lash line because I'm going to be taking Grape Mines right up and running it under my lashes. So this is what we're looking like right now. Alright, now I'm going to take a synthetic flat shader brush from BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to grab the Loaded Lilac shade, which is also a pressed pigment. This one here, but it's a metallic shade. My brush is dry. I'm going to see what this does dry first. Oh, that is beautiful. I'm popping it in the center of my eyelid and then dragging it out towards the corner. Just overlapping that other shade just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and carry it right under the center of my lashes as well, under my eye. I just stabbed myself in the eye with the brush. I'm going to go ahead and apply the other side dry as well. And then I will determine whether or not I want to get the brush wet. I might. And I'm not wearing any foundation, just in case you guys are wondering. I don't really wear a whole lot of foundation. I have foundation, I just don't wear it. I don't know if you can see all the shimmer on my face, but the highlight I used from the Physicians Formula palette today has shimmer in one of them, and there's like shimmer all over my face. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and get the brush wet. So I'm going to pick up product on both sides of the brush. And then I'm going to spray it. Or not. The wind is blowing it that way. Oh wow, that is a lot different wet. Definitely more metallic when you get it wet. Now I have some fallout. I'm going to brush out just in case. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pick up more of that and then spray the brush again. Thanks, wind. Kind of helps. And I didn't drag it all the way out to the outer corner on purpose because I want that darker purple to have its moment too. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and take my little brush cleaner and run it through. And then I'm going to pick up this Laven-Dare shade. I don't know how it's going to, it's this one right here. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work on a brush. I'm probably going to have to spray it first. Because when I went to swatch it, it's very like topperish kind of. shade. And I'm going to put that right in front of my eye. It's a very, very light wash of color. I'm then going to take a little synthetic brush and I'm going to grab the shade here for it, which is one of the like weird jelly kind of shadows. And I'm going to put that right under the very front of my eye. I think I might have to get my brush wet. It's also very glittery. And I'm going to pop it in my inner corner. It's very similar to Laven-Dare, but it's definitely like a very different formula. You know what? I think I'm going to run that shade over the other one too. Just to give it a little bit more oomph. Neither of them have like a whole lot of like base pigment to them. I think I'm going to go in with the very last shade. This is called Pearlfection. It's this one right here. I'm going to clean that little brush off, and I'm going to grab that and put it right under my brow bone. Zoom in more. Alright, now for mascara. Oh, I guess I could do lips. I brought out the Makeup Forever. This is in C211. It's one of the minis. I got it in Sephora Play. It's too hot. I wound it up too high and bent it because it's really hot out here. I'm definitely sweating my butt off. Oh, I forgot liner. I brought out the Pixi Rose Glow liner as well. I'm gonna see if I can get this to work in my waterline. Now for mascara, this is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. Oh, and because it's hot, it's like extra liquidy. This is a very wet mascara. Maybe I should have kept these things in the house until like right before I needed them, because it's like very wet. We have a happy little cardinal in the yard, and then a crow in the distance. It's hot. Okay, I think that is everything. And yes, I'm hot. I am sweating. I'm so hot. Zoom that in. Okay, so what do you think about my first look with the Morphe 39S Such a Gem palette? Also, what do you guys think about me sitting outside to do my makeup? Especially in Florida. Holy crap, it's hot out here. I mean, I knew it was hot. I was born and raised here. I've been here my whole life. At least now you get to see 100% like the blend, the way it looks color-wise. Like, I mean, you get to see what color I am in 100% natural lighting. I am just as fair as I say that I am. I don't have to like change the color of my skin, that kind of thing. So I am a very yellow undertone. Hello? I got a little bug over here. I think something just tried to sting my back. Again, welcome to Florida. So anyways, hopefully you guys like this look. If you do, leave a comment down below. There are 2 shades of those like bottom 6 colors that I didn't use. I didn't use this one here, and I didn't use this one here. So I used 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I will, because both of those are shimmers, I don't know, I guess I could have gone in with this in the very front of my eye and then put that over it, because it really is like a topper shade. And I think they're beautiful. If you want to see more looks with this palette, please let me know in the comments down below. I will be more than happy to do more looks with them. It is a gorgeous palette. So I'm Rebecca Oberstadt. I'm sweating my butt off here in sunny Central Florida. Hopefully you guys have a great day or night wherever you are, and I will see you later.